Marx's theory of money. Money, according to Karl Marx, was a way of measuring the value conferred upon a product or a process by an abstract idea of labour. So, say you've got 5 people digging a ditch. One might be really good at digging the ditch, one might be not so good, the other 3 in the middle. And you just average them out. So the abstraction is an average. And you get a abstract idea of labour, and the value that is conferred upon a product or a process is a measure of this abstract idea of labour. Money then becomes a way of exchanging this value, so that money is a measure of this average or this abstraction that then is exchangeable for all other commodities. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter who you are as a buyer or you are as a seller, it doesn't matter what you've put in or what you want to get out. It's just a measure of an abstract, averaged idea of labour used to confer value. Equally makes possible this idea of not just abstract production but abstract consumption. And in fact, the difference between production and consumption is not something we should reify or fetishize, like they're all part of one social process, according to Marx. And I think one way that Marx has been proved right is that consumption also becomes this average. So let's say, for instance, you're an average consumer. You might own 1.75 motor vehicles. Now this can be quite awkward in that, like, out the back of your sedan there's another 0.75 of a motor vehicle. Or your sedan doesn't just have a 5th wheel, it has a 6th and 7th wheel. And what about that 0.75 of a steering wheel under your dashboard? This might be pretty odd, because usually motor vehicles look like this after a car accident, but yours, as the average consumer, looks like this before a car accident. Or what about the fact that you might have 1.4 kids, and that 1.4 of a kid, well, look, I don't want to be offensive about your offspring, but, some things maybe shouldn't have been allowed to live. And your 1.4 of a kid is a bit of a monster, sorry. I'm not meaning any offence to viewers out there, even though I'm talking about all of them as an average. And one might have 1.6 investment properties, if one's in the right class. Sorry, I don't mean one, because no one's really one per se. 0.9 or maybe 1.1, depending on which side of the kind of wealth divide you're slightly falling to. So, I don't mean one might have 1.6 investment properties. Maybe 0.9 or 1.1 has got 1.6 investment properties. But the 0.6 of investment property, it's not really that great, because the rain kind of comes in the side where the 0.4 is missing, and the sun comes in the side where the 0.4 is missing. Your 1.6 investment properties aren't really that great. But, maybe you could live on the one side, or 0.9, sorry, could live on the one side, then it wouldn't be so bad. And, good luck to you. Of course, you might like to think, if you wanted, that, in fact, instead of these averages, you put in something unique and you take out something unique, what you need. And that these different unique inputs and outputs augment each other. You might like to think that, but clearly, This is a utopian pipe dream, apparently. Anyway, so, you know, I mean, poetry is sort of a... I mean, these kind of poems often devolve back to poetry itself in a self-referential manner, and I think that's good enough. And so, if we're going to do that in this instance, well, we might want to say that I'm putting in 0.6 of a performance. Or that the average audience might have 0.7 of a response, depending if they're on a good day or I'm on a good day. And, you know, I mean, you can't expect always perfection, right? As for the general public, I think that they would probably give about 66.6% of a shit about this performance. Now, as compared to a usual poetry performance. So I could do some sums here. So let's see. What's 66.6% of 0? See you later.
Turn it off.